We're live. Hello, everyone, and welcome. And hello, beautiful Nick. How are you?
Hi, Marie, and hi, everybody else. I'm great. I'm just keep telling myself I'm great because that will make it happen. No, I
I,
actually am pretty good this week. I
yeah.
know it's been crazy for a lot of people.
And was
Yeah,
it a full moon here last night? Because when I was outside and I was going, wow, it looks pretty full.
yeah, I
So
don't
I'm
know if
not
it's
sure.
tonight. It might be tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's funny that you say that because this morning, and I completely forgot about that. You know, when you wake up and you forget about the world and you just go from what happens. And I chose the moon card this morning.
That's hilarious. Oh, my God. So,
Two cards I chose. First it came out the black cat and then the moon card. So I just thought, oh, that's right. We're in that period of time now, aren't we?
and it's
Yeah.
interesting, this cat moon, that feminine energy is the lunar, that moon energy as well. So,
Yes.
yeah, it's yeah, interesting. But I definitely saw it for a reason. I was going, oh, okay, because I don't know how everyone else has been going. Hi everyone, we've got Lady Hook on, Marie's on. But yeah, I don't know how everyone else has been feeling, but I know for me, it's definitely been bringing up some deep core issues for me, and it's around this 3D stuff that we have to work with within the constraints of a system. And it really made me go in deep and just really question my faith. And it
Mm,
was so funny because I woke up this morning and I actually had this lightness, but then within 10 minutes I was crying and I went, what is going on? And it's this
yeah,
deep, deep heart emotion. So I don't
yeah.
know what anyone else has been feeling, but I just have, I don't know whether it is. Well, I know it's a deeper chamber of the heart because I was doing a lot of
Mm,
heart work on the weekend as well. But
mm,
oh, this emotion. So
mm,
is it consciousness, that, our beautiful connected consciousness, or is it our aspects as well that are coming up? I'd
mm,
love to know what people are thinking and
mm,
feeling at the moment. So yeah, hi
mm,
Trigal. So
mm. Yeah,
yeah,
I just sending out love to everybody at the moment because we are sort of straddling two worlds. And yeah, I woke up. I must have had a dream. I think it was about all the love I felt for family, and I was crying in it, but it wasn't sadness. It was through love. And when I woke up, I had the tears in my eyes, and I
oh,
just thought, oh, that's shifting something in me as well. It's like
so you were
releasing.
getting it too. So
Mm,
okay. And I sort of know this now. I mean, and usually everyone that's on here is saying something a little bit similar. So it's like, oh, I'm
mm,
not alone. That's okay. I'm not going just crazy in here. And,
mm,
it,
mm.
and I just think, God, imagine how people that maybe aren't aware, how much do they project off to others and cause conflict with it? Whereas I know this is my stuff and yet we're all connected.
Yeah.
So, oh, good. So,
Yeah,
Christine, thank God. Yes.
Christine. Hi, Christine. Yes,
Yeah.
she's been getting sudden emotions, I know. And
It's
you just
just,
gotta
and it's
ride them. Mm.
just and it's like, oh,
Mhm.
okay. And I really feel it's for me as well, it's with the lungs because I find that I get my heart starts beating harder and then I sort of get a little bit short of breath and then I go, oh, okay, yeah, this is some sort of clearing as well that's going on. But it's
Mm.
certainly a roller coaster, isn't it? In this little playground we've come to
Oh
experience.
my word, it is.
Woohoo. Right.
Exactly,
Roller coaster.
exactly. And I think the moon is definitely whatever people think about what the moon represents, it's still because it's been in our psyche about the energies associated with it, and it does have a role to play, that I think it's enhancing this for us even more.
Yeah. Yeah.
And getting that balance back because we've had so many strong hits of that energy and the download coming through the central sun that we need the balance back as well. And the moon and the sun work beautifully together. So I feel that it's been so intense with that energy coming into us and the codes that now we've got this intense moon. It's just like, okay, hold on.
Got it. Oh,
Well, Kathleen B says, hi everyone. I've had a lot of heart work this week, saying just feeling very emotional and then a heaviness in the heart, then a release, usually through grounding, anger popping up too.
oh yeah.
Now, a lot of
Yeah.
people have been talking about that to me, about the anger popping up. I haven't felt it myself, but yeah, definitely people are saying that. So,
Oh,
mm,
definitely I have too. And for me, I feel it's almost being directed at the system. And I'm going, Marie, you created this. You've got to just own it all. And it's helped us to actually have a process and to feel and to experience. And sometimes it doesn't help in the moment. But like Kathleen, I love what you said about grounding, because when I was outside, it was sort of on dusk last night, and I saw the moon, and I just had my bare feet on the grass, and I was going, oh, this feels like heaven. And it was around that beautiful, really connecting in 3D to earth has really helped. And like this morning, I got up early and went for a walk, and I was going, oh my God, this is the most beautiful time of the day, is that dawn and that dusk time. And it made me feel like, oh, okay, it's not so bad. It's not so bad. You connect into earth without feeling that you're connecting into the system that goes with it. So it was a really interesting.
It's true. So, it's almost like going to bed for me is a break.
Oh my God, and the dreams I had last night. But
Marie says, I was working on sending love to myself in both family lines. I felt it, woke up lighter. Later that morning, sitting down, head swirled so strong, twice almost fell off my chair.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this is the frequency coming through, Marie, your heart. So, as you were just saying, Nick, as well, about feeling that love for family. I'm just getting emotional even just talking. This is ridiculous.
It is. Definitely.
1 o'clock yet?
I just think we've had our heart locked down for so long. I mean, I know that I grew up not being trying to always hold back my emotions. I got criticised in my family for doing it. It was a protection mechanism, and I think now we're being asked to release that mechanism that's been put in place so we can open up our hearts to its fullest extent, and then practice forgiveness and practice kindness, and then step into joy. So we've got to go through it.
Yeah, we do. And I was the same. I grew up walking on eggshells, and so I used to schism out of my body. So it was almost like that emotional trauma or whatever was there just was never looked at or felt, and it's just like, okay, this is coming up. So yeah. Our beautiful Elisa's on. Hey, gorgeous.
Hi, Elisa.
And Christine, I agree with this.
Yes, Maria, I think there's a lot of lineage work to do for everyone, releasing all the past. Yeah.
And, a lot of people I've been doing sessions with, especially with the kinesiology, it is coming up as lineage work. So, sometimes we think, have I run over 1,000 Chinamen in my lifetimes? But it's actually, we're here to help release and support that family lineage, wherever the traumas or the emotional pain has come from. So,
And I think the word forgiveness is coming up a lot.
Yeah.
Forgiveness of self and forgiveness of others, because that's where we lost our love. We got separated.
Oh, and, years ago, I got this knowing for myself that I had to forgive my own soul for choosing this lifetime and choosing this experience. I'm going, how dumb can you be? And but then once I realized, I have to forgive myself and my soul, because that's where I was at. And then someone else had said that, not like last week, I saw it somewhere, and I went, and once people realize that we have to own it, and then go through our usual human process of the forgiveness, the owning, the claiming, the thanking and forgiving all at once. And it just helps so much. But I really feel, though, this is real consciousness. Everyone's getting impacted.
Definitely. So, and you put that topic up that when you sent me the link for the show today, and about the subconscious, and it just went ding, 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 ding in my head, because it's about the head, it's about the ego. And I thought, this is maybe attached to all of that as well, because this is the stuff that we were led to believe, that we need to think about ourselves, and and actually it's not true. It's not what we are. And we're dropping into more of our higher self is coming into our body, in our soul here. So we're expanding in that way. So it's got to fit. It's got to push something out. So I'm happy for it to get pushed out, no matter if it takes a few tears or a bit of weirdness. Yes, it's fine.
But it's interesting with this full moon and the sun. I was seeing something. How has the sun been overshadowed by a false sun? And it was really interesting, because I remember when I do my beautiful eye sunning, gazing, what happens is, as soon as I tune into the central sun, it changes. It changes to an extent that's phenomenal. The color changes, the frequency changes. So maybe that's something, people want to actually try and tune into, is when do that sun gazing, and then but tune into the great central sun, which is the true sun, and see what happens.
Yeah.
So so it's interesting. So hi Maple Tree, she's got a question here for us.
Really? Is the subconscious the higher self, or is it the mind of the higher self? I feel it's neither.
Yeah.
I actually feel that it's the subconscious is the ego, and the parts of the ego I'm talking about, not the survival mechanism that we have inbuilt in our physiology. I'm talking about the fact that, the false beliefs that we've been sold, that I can't do that for whatever reason.
Yeah, and often I find too, the subconscious, to me, how I perceive it, is almost like an imprint. So in our subconscious, we can also have imprinted our lineage, and that can come through like emotional aspects that have been like, now what's the name for it? I feel that we've actually gone past this a little bit, but I used to work a lot with it was like an emotion that's near the DNA, and if something happens in our life to traumatize us, then our DNA can get activated through that emotional aspect that can come up as a dis-ease in the body. So yes, I feel that's, I'm just trying, I can't even think of the word now, because I feel we've moved from that. So we're truly clear, the DNA is now truly being cleared and activated more and more and more. So so I feel the subconscious is that collective, and everything will run from our subconscious, and that's why to me it's so important. I go in, and if there's something going on, I just bring it up, ask it to come up, and I look at it and I thank it and I love it, and I ask it if it's got a message, and I often need to then feel it, and then it's ready for it to be released. So that's where Maple Tree, I feel the subconscious sits. The higher self to me is the pure consciousness within us, that divinity, and tapping into that is it's a different, to me it's a different feeling, but everyone works differently. So but Maple Tree, and that's a really good point too.
When I get sun in my eyes, I get an imprint of the sun.
So I get the colors. I don't know about everyone else.
Colors too, yeah.
And then I work with them. I actually bring them up into my pineal, my pituitary, and then through my whole being of consciousness as well as physical. It's just amazing then, the feeling I get from that. It's very powerful. So so imprinting is probably a really good word, or activation is probably a really good word to use with that one. So
and if you think about your subconscious, and the mind only knows the feeling of love or fear, and the fear was built into us so that we wouldn't step off a cliff and die, or using that as a crude example. But the love part of it is really what we've come from. So the fear part is only there to help us protect ourselves in these bodies, these physical bodies. We know the soul never dies, but the physical body can die unless we have the capacity to heal it ourselves. But there will be a time when we move on from it. So, talking about dreams, if you think, what is this dream? How do I feel about this dream? Is this bringing something up that I have been fearing, that I've not been aware of? And so, dreams do that. So that when you start to really flesh out what was happening in your dream, you're able to see where that fear was in your body, or perhaps, like you said, lineage. Because we're here for many, many reasons, and we can't dissect everything, but we can at least feel into it and think, is this a fear or a love-based thing? And if that's the case, face the fear. What is that fear that that's being brought up? And of course, dreams are perfect for that.
Oh, absolutely. And it was interesting because last night I had a dream. I've been watching a movie or a series, and it was still a little bit of energy from that. So I'd violet flamed and cleared before I went to sleep. But in this dream, I saw a girl with sandals and little, there's little rollerblade things on the sandals, and she was scooting through. And I went, oh, they look like fun. And then when I was walking, my right foot, it was like it had rollerblades under it, and I was going really fast with my right foot, but my left foot didn't have it. And then I felt like I was going to fall, and I went, okay. So I'm trying to move ahead, but not, maybe my intuition, not allowing that faith and intuition to be balanced with it. It was a really
dream. Perfect analysis there of it, and to see how it fits into you. And we can't tell sometimes in our real life because we're so inundated with so many distractions that we haven't got time to focus on these things. So yeah, when you first wake up and if you can recall that dream, that's the time when that's when your intuition comes in and really tells you what it was about. Yeah.
And the reason I really remembered it was because I felt like I was falling in my dream with this aspect that I was working with. And I was like, oh, phew. So I know I just have to trust. And then this morning when I woke up, I felt like that intuition had come through for me and told me what I had to do today to actually get a few things sorted out. So, oh, okay. So, yeah, so it was an interesting dream. So, but Elisa has sent us in some dreams. So, and guys, if you've got any dreams, you've had any little synchronistic moments, like last night, I was just sitting outside, like looking at the stars. And I didn't know if it was a butterfly or a moth, but I went, it has to be a moth. Butterflies aren't out at this time of night. And my friend that's passed always said she would come back as a moth. And I went, thank you. So, yeah. So, but Elisa's dream. Okay.
Elisa, I was driving and I came up to the front of the line, but it looks like I have to merge since my lane ends. All of a sudden, a huge semi-trailer stops to my left, which is where I have to merge, and starts turning towards the right. So I have to start backing up because he will hit my car if I don't. The light goes green and now I have to speed up to try and merge to the left.
That's a really strong, I reckon, a clear dream message.
Yes. Left, right.
Yeah, and remember, of course, in the US, they drive the opposite side of the road to us. So I was picturing it in my mind from their point of view as well.
Yeah, true.
Just the fact that it's your car, which is our life and where it's going. So to me, it's like there's something merging for you. There's something coming together to be more balanced, and it's just taking a little bit of adjustment to come into that merge. And the fact that it's a semi-trailer, there's something really big. At the moment, it could either be blocking you, Elisa, but this is where I feel you need to maybe use your intuition with this, which is blocking you, and maybe it's doing it for a reason, so that you have to like back up to like work something out in your life that's going on before you can actually then go forward faster to merge in. That's just what I got as soon as I sort of read this. So,
and Elisa will know that because it's about the merging, isn't it? It's like, have you actually merged something already? And it's saying, well, you've completed that because you have to merge, you are merging, or is it something that's having to be merged? So when you're using that in general dreams, it's deciding which way it's going to fall for you. Feel into it, you'll know the difference.
And Elisa, I saw your beautiful, that beautiful purification ceremony you did in Bali. I was watching that again on your YouTube, and I mean that's massive stuff. So the clearing and the bringing into balance the joy from the releasing of pain was, I feel that's just perfect timing for a dream like this as well. So yeah, so if anything comes to your mind, Elisa, just pop it up, or if anyone else, if something sort of clicks for you in there, pop it up for us. It's always nice to get different perspectives.
Yeah, exactly.
But this one,
it is a very clear one, though, isn't it?
It's really clear. Yeah, it's a good one. So, and it's really interesting because this one I felt was similar to it as well.
Okay, I was on a second-story apartment with some friends, and some men came in and closed all access to leaving, like we were being held hostage. It is linked. Definitely linked.
All three. Elisa had 3 dreams.
Okay. Because the second story is balance. To me, number 2 is all about achieving balance, which ties into that first one again, merging. And it's so weird because I knew there was going to be a link to the images that I got in a dream this week online, and this is starting to click for me now too. Yeah, okay. So maybe we're all sort of experiencing some similar things. Yeah.
And for me as well, remember, it was the girl with the 2 sandals that she had both of the wheels going beautifully, and it was like fun, whereas I only had 1 foot going. And so it sounds like this balance is actually a bit of a theme for us all. So this is really good. This is why it's great to share, because you just don't know, everyone else could be having a similar sort of experience with it.
And the subconscious too in this is like that feeling. Like, here's a perfect example where we've been taught to believe certain things. It's like we were being held hostage. Now, no one can actually hold you hostage, but you can believe that they can hold you hostage. So maybe not in this dream specifically, but it's a good example where you think, well, what is it in my life that makes me feel this way, that I don't
And
have that power?
and what
Yeah.
aspect of myself? So to me, it sounds like
Yeah.
the masculine side is maybe that do side is actually maybe holding you a little bit hostage. And like me, my right foot, it's my masculine side was almost going too fast for my feminine at the moment. So this is really similar, and it's so interesting that I had that dream last night, Elisa. So we've got a bit in common here. So let's have a look at the third dream. Again, it's linked.
Oh, wow. At a meeting with teachers and managers for work, a project we had been given about a month to do, I got done in one day before everyone else. I always get things done and finished as fast as possible, sorry. I was explaining how to do it and they were all impressed with me on doing it so fast.
And again, masculine, do, get it done, which is an amazing, that's an amazing quality to have, So, I mean, I do tend to procrastinate a little bit. So it's like, when I watch people that are so fast with stuff, it's like, wow, that's amazing. But sometimes do we need to just stop a little bit and allow that feminine again to catch up, or that intuition to catch up? So this is where we think it's normal to maybe do things so quickly. And the fact that there were teachers and managers in there, Elisa, and the fact that you got this done so quickly, it's like you've got those skills. You are the teacher and the manager within yourself, and then you project that out to the world, because look what you do with your beautiful YouTube and family and all the stuff that you do. And so yeah, again, to me, it's coming back to balance as well. And yes, it's great to be able to get things done. Sometimes though, do we need to just slow down a little bit and just to let ourselves feel and tap into that intuition, to that feminine aspect? So unbelievable. 3 dreams.
Exactly. And I remember, Lisa, you talking about embracing pink on I think it was one of your short YouTube things. And I thought, yeah, that's so true, because I was so anti-pink growing up, and I thought I was pushing away my feminine side, because I wanted to be like the boys and live in the world where they had so much more and they had all that strength and courage. And so yeah, but now I love it. I love pink.
I know.
And it's about the balance. Yeah.
It is, but this is great. So Lisa's given us.
Okay, remember accelerating really fast and was able to merge at the end. Yeah.
So maybe that's the action that needs to be taken at the right time. So you had to wait for that semi-trailer. You had to wait, and then you could go. So there's it's really, really great.
Yeah, that's really interesting how they're all connected, isn't it?
Oh, okay. And we did Aura-Soma when Elisa was over here. Elisa had never been really tapped into that before. And my friend was one of the few in Australia that can teach it. So she did a beautiful little reading for us both. And the reading came through about equilibrium, and it was amazing, actually, the colours that correlated, and the heart and the pink and the divine feminine coming through. So it's really interesting, isn't it, when that message is coming through in so many different ways. So yeah, beautiful. Oh, look at that, beautiful, just synchronicity all the way.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely. And just tying into that, I got just before I dozed off to sleep, I got two really distinct images. One was a group of people that were all like in a block and all packed in together. There wasn't any aggression to it. It was almost like all that aspects of ourselves are all coming together now, and we're starting to get in more balance and harmony. And then the next image I got was a wheat field, really high wheat, and in the middle of the wheat field was a path going off into, as far as you could see. And I got from that, there was the past, the present, and the future. And the path is the present. And we're sort of, the wheat is the harvest of all the things that we've achieved, that spiritual growth, the connection to that. And so it was really simple, 2 really clear images, but with that came this knowingness of what that was all about. And sitting with it now, it makes sense to me. It's about getting that balance. We're pulling up all our lineage stuff. We're looking at where we're headed, and we're still trying to see where we fit with it all in that balance, in that path that's opened up in the middle for us.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes it can be hard to follow that. Oh my God, you're not going to believe it. I just got the hit to pull some cards around this whole what we're talking about. And the first one up is the lovers.
Lovers.
So this is the masculine and feminine coming together. And, it's just fascinating. And I've been pulling that card a little bit lately as well. So it's really interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's been a bit of a hard struggle to get there, that 9 of Wands, but I feel it's really nearly completed.
Yeah.
I really feel we've done the heavy, heavy pulling and pushing and
Yeah.
learning, and sometimes it's not been to our liking, because that 4 of Cups is we've been offered something emotionally, and often it's like, nah, I'll just stick with what I've got down here. I don't know if I want to change my emotional foundation. And then we got the Sun card. So this is the joy, this is the inner child, the healing of the wounding that's gone on, the freedom. The horse is always about power and freedom. Oh my God, they're just perfect. And I was really connecting into divine consciousness to bring something through to just, help and confirm what we've been getting as messages. So that's just beautiful. So goodness me. Wow. So
no, that makes it really solid for me now, thinking about what I've been seeing and just hearing from here today, as well as what I've experienced myself and other people are saying. Yeah, so isn't it amazing how as the collective we all move through it together, though?
I know.
We're having our own experiences, but doing it as a group.
And that's why with you, when you were talking about in the wheat field, there was so many people packed in, but there wasn't the angst or anger with it. And I feel that we're all sort of working at that level now as well together. And, because we're expanding, our consciousness is really connected in and touching, and we can help each other through that just by being who we are.
Yeah.
So I love that saying, I am enough, without searching for what am I meant to do? Who am I meant to, what am I meant to be? What's my purpose? I am enough. And then just allowing it. And that can be hard sometimes. So and I love this. This is
Divine feminine rise, yes.
Yeah, definitely. So it's it's so powerful, and because we've been in a patriarchy for such a long time, thousands of years, it is the divine feminine time to come back into balance. Whereas we've had eras at times when there's been a matriarchy and it's been completely dominated by the feminine. So this is our time, I think, to bring everything back together within ourselves, within that masculine feminine. So
I just have to pause for a minute. Sorry.
That's all right. Sounds like she's got someone there. So give us some dreams, guys. Let us know how you've been feeling, what's been happening for you. Like I said, it's been this really weird emotional releasing. So, gosh, but so while Nick's gone, I'll tell you what. She's back, but Nick, I might do a reading for someone, and I feel it's
that's great.
I really feel it's going to be pertinent for all of us. So if someone would like a little spiritual insight reading as to where they're at now, we'll do 888 because, as Elisa says, it's abundance and it's infinity. It's all of those beautiful things. So if you'd like a little reading, just pop 888 up, into the chat. So Marie's got a dream, but I'll come back to that. So we'll just let people put 888 up first if they'd like to actually have a little bit of a reading. And I just know I'm getting already told that this will be for all of us at the end of the day. So, okay. I'll let you pick, Nick. Give it a couple of minutes.
I'm getting all fogged up and I don't know why. And it's like, what's going on here? Can you see?
It's almost like you've got
it's like so strange. And I'm thinking, is the sun coming in? It's like, I have no idea. There's something going on. No, seriously, that's why I had to go just quickly then. Oh my God. Okay, the thing I first looked at was, I actually looked at Dennis, 888.
And it's funny because I was getting that too. So interesting. But I thought, no, I'll leave it up to Nick completely. All right, our lovely Dennis, who loves ice cream, and everyone else that loves ice cream. I'm going to tune in through my beautiful heart, through my divine self, into your divine aspect to see what's been going on for you. Wow. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm going to just get some cards out so it'll help me explain what I saw. Wow, This is interesting. Okay. Just gonna... Okay. Yeah. That doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me at all. Hang on a minute. I'm just going to get a third one to start with, just to give us a perspective on it all. Whew. Energy. Oh my God. 3 major arcana have just come up. So these are big. Dennis, first one up is a tower. Now, I actually love tower moments. They're really big change. Again, it's shifting something internally within us that needs to be looked at, broken down. And then the next one up was judgment. So this is a definite awakening for you on an internal spiritual level. And it's almost like sound. I'm getting for you, you're almost going to, I don't know if you've had ringing ears or anything going on, but I feel like this is going to come through for you with sound. But when I tuned into you and saw your energy field, it's like there was a lot going on in your crown chakra and above, and then also though in your earth star chakra, which is 6 inches below your feet. And to me, this and it looked like a vortex, and it's like almost like you couldn't be, you're not grounded yet because you're not meant to be. There's stuff going on. And again, I think I saw this last week for someone, there's a cross going through you. So it's almost like this tower moment is really bringing through this whole new way of being, because then, honey bunny, you got the Chariot. So to me, this card only comes through when there's balance. Again, that word's got to come. I'm just getting energy all through me as I'm talking about this. So you're moving forward in balance, but you've been going through this. So if you have felt that real, whoa, I'm in the void, there's something going on, I don't feel I can ground, it's perfect, because this is where you're coming into, is this beautiful Chariot moving forward with balance. So yeah, I'm just gonna, oh goodness me, the energies. I love this. Queen of Wands. To me, the Queen of Wands is the this is about you, about the person, and it's about integrity, trusting your intuition. It's the only one that's got a cat in it, which to me is that feminine intuition, really knowing that your actions are coming from a place of wisdom and integrity. So Dennis, they're amazingly powerful cards, and I could feel the energy as I was tapping into it. And like I said, this is for everyone. I feel this is maybe what we're all going through at the moment as well. So, and Dennis has just said, yeah, he felt it and agrees. And but it's perfect. As uncomfortable as it is, what happens then, we can move forward to be in a place of more balance and be very empowered and very much in our integrity, without having to be disempowered and, oh, should I say that, or can I do that? Take the power back. No, this is my choice. I can do whatever it is I choose is right for me. So wow, that was amazing. So yeah, thank you, Dennis, for giving us that beautiful insight. So it's not just for you, this is for a lot of us here. So that was really beautiful. Yes. Oh, well, that's good, Dennis. I'm glad. Yeah.
Thank you. I do agree and understand.
Yeah. And so it's to get those 3 major arcana, and then a queen card, especially a Queen of Wands, which is about action, that's integrity. That's just perfect, really perfect. So everything's good, Dennis. we just got to sit this one out and just know that it's all happening for us. We're creating through that void. Yeah, beautiful. Because last time I think I saw a cross where someone was in the void, but this time we've progressed even more, so to speak. So yeah, that's beautiful. Wow. So thank you, Dennis, for sharing. Marie's got a dream for us.
Okay. Trump was sitting on top of the roof of an old car. He's back to me taking pictures of back or side of a shopping centre. That's it. Never dream about people in news or known. It's interesting when you have those dreams, though, when you suddenly have someone that's well known. It's actually quite common as an archetype that we experience. So it's time for you to have one of those dreams, obviously, Marie.
Yeah. And also too, I mean, as Zan always said originally, when she ever had someone famous in her dreams, she saw it as a guide, a new guide coming in. And so, I'd love to know what your what your feelings around maybe Trump are. Now, the fact that it's an old car, to me, it's almost like you're being told that that is an aspect of your old life that's being left behind, because the car can represent our life. And taking pictures, taking photos is actually capturing something. So I'm going to look that one up as well again, but I'm sure that's what it means. So Nick, if you've got anything else that you want to...
And also the roof, we're talking about the roof of the car. So,
true.
you know, that maybe it's that spiritual connection. It's also, a roof is protection as well. So it could be something related to feeling the need to be protected, or that you are protected.
True. And it can also be seeing something from a higher elevation, because the photograph from our beautiful book, you all know our book by now, Betty Betha, it's the dream book. It's how you're seeing things at this time, a picture to awaken a past memory, because the lesson you are going through now may be one you did not learn in the past. So that's another way of looking at it as well. So Marie, you'll be the one that really resonates with what aspect of this is right for you. Now, the fact it was at the side of a shopping centre, interesting, isn't it? So what does a shopping centre mean to you? I mean, it's where we get sustenance, it's where we can get things we need. So maybe
everything's there.
everything's there. So it's you looking at what's available to you in life that's going to help support you through through your experiences, I feel. And I feel like I'm feeling like there's going to be something new that's going to come to you that you maybe didn't even know was available. That's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm feeling. I'm just going to look up shop. Variety of opportunities and tools necessary to grow are at your disposal. Searching for new roles to play in life. So that's an interesting one, isn't it? So this is why I think the book's good as well. As much as we know our own archetypes and messages, sometimes just a word or two can trigger what it is that our subconscious, divine self is that subconscious is trying to get to us, the messages. So store, I'll look up store as well. Great inner resources, where whatever the store, it offers variety and opportunity, new ideas, ways of looking at things, inner wealth, talents and abilities. So that's amazing. You know, to me, I feel like something new is coming through for you, and it's your perspective on things is going to change. So yeah, let me just do a couple of cards on that one too. Nick, anything else with that?
I think you pretty much nailed it so far. Yeah. I would be interested to know what you feel about the traits of Trump. That might be something that you connect with, that you reflect as perhaps being something that you have those traits too.
Yeah, let us know, Marie. You know, because, you know, there's been a lot of different perspectives on that personality, hasn't there, in person? And, you know, so let me just tune in to see what the main takeaway is for you that maybe we haven't touched on. Interesting. Okay, that one. Oh, this is so interesting, Marie. All right, beautiful. So the first card up was our Five of Pentacles, and this is sometimes we often might feel we've been left out in the cold, we haven't had what we've needed, but there's change coming. So that's what I always take from that five. And then the Nine of Swords, which is all about maybe there's been some worry, especially at night time. And this is saying to you, don't worry. This card always tells me you don't need to worry about what's going on in your mind, because Six of Wands, victory is yours. I love it when this card comes up. It trumps everything else. There you go. But yeah, I'd love to know, Marie, what your thoughts were around Trump. And it doesn't matter. We all have our own perspectives and opinions, and it's all good. But yeah, so I feel if you've been going through something, things are going to change. There is definitely something new coming through for you. So yeah, wow.
And with the word back, that's appeared twice there for me. There's something that said draw your attention to the back. So perhaps, you know, when you look at your back, you can't really see it. So perhaps it's not something you see coming. And that's that trust thing that comes in.
And it could be also something's now behind you. Something's going to be to the back of you, behind you. So these are just, so if anyone else has any little thoughts or little triggers from that dream of Marie's, let us know. It's really good to get other perspectives.
Yeah, I actually really like that dream. It's because it's brought up some very clear archetypes again of what dreams can send messages to us.
Can I read the back as well? Because this is interesting.
Yeah.
The back, the human back houses the spinal column, conductor of Kundalini power of life force. Where the back is straight, bent, weak, or strong means how you are channeling the spiritual power in your everyday life, strength of character or attitude in particular situations. And I mean, to me, Trump comes across as a strong person. So seeing that back, yeah. Also, something now behind you in life. There you go. A part of self you have turned your back on. It may mean backing up, but I feel from what I was getting intuitively that this is actually something that's behind you. So, Marie's popped something else up there for us.
I'm still having glimpses of past things, about 20 years old. I'm looking for next steps in my life. Trump, very strong personality, connected to most things he says. He's a charismatic person.
Yeah. So, I mean, so that's brilliant. And, you know, it's funny because I'll still have little aspects come up that I remember emotionally, even as a child, when something's happened. And what I've started to notice myself doing is going, oh, why did I even think that was an issue? Because I created it, but I wouldn't have behaved like that. So I can actually let it go. It's not, I don't need that anymore. Because it's really weird. Just a couple of little incidences would still come up even after like 50 years, for God's sake. But that's been getting less and less as I've actually empowered myself through the process of looking at it and going, I would never have done that. Okay, but I created it, and then look at what was going on emotionally, maybe for the other person as well. And it's just cleared so many things. So, yeah, I think maybe it's about re-empowering as well, Marie. So, yeah, it's beautiful. Wow. So, again, thank you for sharing that. I love it when people, and they might seem like short little dreams, but they're so powerful. So powerful for us and our subconscious. And, I really feel too with everyone that's on here, because we're becoming more tuned in to what our dreams mean, it's we're just getting better and better. It's like a muscle. So our subconscious goes, oh, great. I only have to do it like this now, rather than doing this big long-winded thing that I have to repeat again 15 nights in a row. It's really becoming beautiful, short, succinct. And the message in it is really clear. So, so that's great, Marie.
Yes, that's how I'm reacting to these memories. Not important.
Yeah, and for me, it's like, oh, I didn't do anything wrong here. It's okay. And that empowerment, that sense of empowerment for my inner child that comes.
Yes, the inner child. That's I'm really feeling that. This is strong.
Yeah, that's where all the wounding is coming through, because the inner child is also the beautiful heart. And it's so fascinating. I don't know how true this is, but I've been seeing images of the heart where it's actually a muscle that completely wraps around, and the electromagnetic frequency that they can measure from the heart is massive. So it's not like a muscle with 4 separate things and all separate. It's completely one massive muscle. I mean, well, that makes so much sense, doesn't it?
It is.
And it's like anything physically, when there's an emotional entrapment, then the physicality can be impacted by it. And this is why people can have, things go on within different aspects of the heart. It was interesting. I worked with this amazing German anaesthetist when I was working with an acute pain service. I worked with them very closely, and I became very good friends with her. And she did the acupuncture of the ear as well, because like in Germany, they do a lot more than what they tend to do here as doctors. And it was so weird, because when I was I used to always get a certain point in my ear that would get sore, because my subconscious knew I'd be able to go, what's this bit? And she went, oh, what's going on with friendships and relationships? And I'd go, yeah, exactly that. It was amazing. So for that whole time, different parts of my ear would get sore, and now they don't. But she was able to help me interpret it. So, and we can interpret where that blockage is within our body through acupuncture points and acupressure points. So that's another thing that I love working with as well.
And feeling it, where that I like, that you automatically sometimes just press a point in your body, which is a trigger point for that. So finding that point can actually help release what is mentally stuck and emotionally stuck for you as well, which makes a lot of sense, of course. But finding it is the trick, and not
Totally.
just going, oh, that's just being there.
That's right. But the one I always recommend to people, and when I'm doing kinesiology, if someone's out of balance, I just straight away get them to do these 2 major points here. And you just hold them firmly. So you go to your clavicle bone, and then just at the point there where before it hits the ribs, there's a soft point. You just hold it and breathe. And it rebalances every meridian in your body. And it just, you feel clearer, you feel better. And it's so simple and easy. You can do it when you're driving, if you're at a stop sign or you're at a traffic light, or it's like, oh God. And people forget, especially when we get out of balance, we tend to forget the really simple ways we can retune our whole being. So that's one of my favorites. The other one is doing the what do you call it? Your gut, vagal nerve reset. So where you check to see where the tightness is in your neck and your body, and then you put your hands behind your head and you move your eyes, and you might get a trigger response of a yawn or whatever it is for you, and then you do the other side. And I can feel my yawn coming on now because I've started. So, excuse me. But you can just feel everything releasing, and it actually goes in and rebalances that vagal nerve, which again is its own electromagnetic center point. That's the impact point where we get attachments and cords to others, from us, to us, situations. And then when you recheck, oh my God, I find usually there's a huge release in my neck or my back. And so these are just really simple things that we can do for ourselves when we're going through these change times and rebalance times. So, yeah.
And this is another good one. I'm trying to do it the opposite way for the camera. Just to settle down the nervous system a little bit, just holding the back of the neck and the head and just calming yourself. Feels really relaxing too.
Oh, oh my God, do you know what that's just reminding me of? Because I'm a midwife, it's almost like it's supporting the head as it's coming through, because you tend to sort of support it from the top, and then you've got to do it from the back as it comes through the final exit point.
Yeah.
Just helps. That just helped me to settle.
It's quite traumatic, the birth point, when it comes out. That point where the child or the baby starts to realise, I'm in a physical world now.
Yeah.
So it would make sense to cradle a child like that. But we should be cradling ourselves, because we are no different to that child that was born at that time. And that's what we're stripping back, releasing it all.
Yeah, no, that was beautiful. I hadn't done that one really before consciously like that. So thanks, Nick. That's a nice one.
Yeah. And Marie's just said, I just saw a video that had the physical heart stretched out flat, and he rolled it together to show the heart as we know it. Yeah. We know so little about the truth about the heart, as we know it's not a pump, and it works very differently. We have the electro part of our body, we have the magnetic part. So we are electromagnetic beings. So if it was a pump, we wouldn't be, I want to patent that pump, because it never, ever stops. It constantly goes 24 hours a day.
But, and this is why I think there's been this attempt to disconnect us from the electromagnetic field of our beautiful Gaia, of our plants, of our trees, of everything, being stuck inside and having the fake electromagnetic lights and things like that. So this is why I feel it's so important to just be outside sometimes and to be in nature, and the energy is so powerful. I remember when Elisa and my friend Frida, we went for that beautiful walk through a forest that was right next door to where Frida used to live. And it was so silent, and you could feel, as Elisa kept saying, the trees are ancient. You could feel this consciousness. It was so revitalizing. It was just like, magic. So it's so important for us to be connected into that true, beautiful electromagnetic aspect of this vortex. What's the word they use, of the vortex that surrounds us, that's energetic? There's a word.
Like Merkaba, you mean?
No, there's something else.
Toroid.
Toroid. Thank you, toroid. Toroidal field. Yeah, yeah. So, I think that's just so important at this stage.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, look, I had a moment of clarity, and it was a knowingness. It wasn't something that I can say, oh, I read this and I learnt that and went, oh, yeah, I connect with that. No, it was a complete knowingness where I fell asleep on the lounge just for a short snooze. And when I woke up, it was like I was gifted this knowingness of something that we had before we left, before we parked our memories, or that they were tampered with. And it was just once, and just for a brief moment there, I felt that. And of course, it didn't stay for very long. It was almost like I was allowed just to experience it for a minute. And I thought, if this is what is to come, then we will naturally drop away everything else.
Yeah.
So it just won't even matter. So we're still doing all the work now, because I think it's part of our learning. And, I've had enough of the learning. I just want to be.
School.
But it was this knowingness that came in, and it was a sense of tapping back into who we really were. And then I just went, oh, it's gone. Come back. Come back.
But it's there. That's it. It's remembering, and this is what it's about. And things just won't resonate. The same things that we've thought were normal and we just did every day or whatever, they just won't resonate at all. I think they're gradually falling away anyway. It's like that stripping back to remember this true connection to ourselves, to source, to who we are, to what we are. Yeah, which is beautiful. And it's a real gift, isn't it, Nick, when you get a moment like that? It's just such a gift.
It is. Yes. Because I know my husband came in to start talking about something that he was concerned about. And it should have concerned me, because I could have said, oh, you don't need to worry about it. He goes, oh, but that will affect you too. And, that type of thing. It wasn't sort of a major thing, but it was true. It would have once affected me. And it was just because it was the first thing that happened straight after that feeling. I was just watching it, and I had absolutely no emotional attachment to it whatsoever. I still had feeling. I could feel I was on a lounge. My feet were on the ground, but no emotional attachment, which I thought, damn, that plays a lot of a huge role in twisting our minds.
Yep, absolutely.
And I was just accepting of it, and because of that, I could see his energy change.
I was just going to say to you, because it's going to be something that is just so natural. It is natural within us. Our consciousness, because I am enough, is actually what's going to be helpful in seeding others, and that's going to help it to drop away for others as well. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I was getting that as you were talking. I was going, oh, that would have changed him, helped him to change his perspective and experience. So wow, it's beautiful.
Talk about electromagnetic. I have no idea what's going on at the moment, but I
can see there's stuff for you going on. You've cleared now. You do realise that it's not foggy anymore. But
yeah, I know. And my screen keeps getting dark. It's not on a screensaver or anything like that. I'm plugged into power, but it's like I have to keep putting up. And it's like, how is that even going down? The brightness, like I'm touching it and it's on full, and then all of a sudden it just drops down again. And then I have to go. It's like I don't know. There's something going on.
Well, I used to teach people about their chakra systems, and I worked all this out myself. I'd go, why am I feeling really cold and tight in one part of my body? Yeah. And I'd check it and I'd go, oh God, there's no energy. So I would actually do some work and bring it out, and I could feel the difference. So I actually got people to use their hands, and I had to be smart about it, because if you do that to feel your heart, you're opening it. So you have to put your arm almost around like this to come back in to feel where your heart chakra is open to. And I'd then teach them how to actually see it, and then send it to someone else sitting like a bit away from them, and see when they got it, they could feel it. So I feel with this beautiful big heart shift electromagnetically and expansion we're having, it's almost showing us how it can affect our electromagnetic, computers and things around us as well.
Totally, I think so. And I keep getting, in my dreams, I keep getting this repetition of a knowingness, which is about cycles, pathways, cycles, pathways, cycles. It just keeps repeating again and again, and I can sort of see how it ties into the whole universe and the whole galactic plan. But it seems to be quite prevalent at the moment. So like you said about the toroid and the energy fields that are coming, and it is a pathway that we follow as well. And we can, metaphorically do it in so many different ways too. It's going in all sorts of different directions. And so quite masterful, isn't it, the plan and how the body was created to reflect it.
Brilliant. So, and a hi Kibu, and Kibu just said so blue, and it was funny because when I jumped on, when Nick jumped on, I went, oh, it looks like we're all in
We
blue
are
today.
blue.
Yeah, that blue. Went, oh, okay, so that's your throat chakra. That's expressing.
Yeah.
Interesting because the throat chakra is not just about expression; it's also about abundance and finances. So it's interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, for a lot of people at the moment, I think that's sort of something we're questioning or, you know, having to deal with or whatever. But yeah, so yes, so well spotted, Kibu.
And I know there's a connection to Atlantean times where our throat chakras were shut. There was a shutdown of that as well, and so perhaps tapping into the blue is an important thing right now to get the balance back. Yeah, really is. And it's funny because I did wear my Lemurian today as well. So
it's funny. Someone asked me about mine just the other day, and I went, "Oh God, yeah, I love that, but I haven't worn it for ages." So, and that was dropping as well. So, yes,
so Maria said, still see many animals, some all white, some normal color. Can you pull us an animal card? Yes, please.
Of course I can. My beautiful animal magic card.
Yeah.
And they do say when you start to see more white animals, even in a vision or dream or in real life, it's a real sign of the consciousness shift that's happening, you know, to have these beautiful animals coming through. So let's see what animal magic card wants to come up. I think it's this one. How interesting. Salamander. So salamander is the fire spirit. That was just calling to me then. Purification. So this is what we've been going through is this deep, deep, deep purification. And I'm just going to tune into it so I can read it. The new baby is standing out. So the new is coming through, you know, from the mama, from the old, and the I that's just standing out. Oh, and the void. So to me, I feel like we're going through like the eye of the void, which is where we go in to purify, but then also where we create from. And so this really relates to, see, I already forget the Marie's dream. I think it was around the just seeing things, letting things go, like purifying, going into something new. See, I get really what's the word, discombobulated when I'm tuning in, tapping in, and then trying to come back to 3D with it. Oh, okay. So the flames are really, really big, but they're gentle as well. I'm feeling a gentleness coming through with this purification, and it's so I don't feel it's going to go on for a lot longer with that salamander card. And remember, the salamander can go from water to earth as well, so it's a very unusual critter, but that eye is standing out. So I feel we're right in that middle of it. Let's pull another one and just see what's coming up after this. Beautiful. The bee. So the bee is the light worker. So as I was saying, this is how our consciousness can actually affect. Look at all the baby bees that are standing out at the bottom there, and right through that core of the bee. And what else is standing out for you, Nick? Do you want to say? Anyone else? Pop it on there if things are standing out for you with the bee.
Can you just hold it a little bit closer so it's big? Because my screen
I'll get rid of the statement as well, so we've got more space.
And I'm seeing that light on the person in the background there.
Guess what that is? That's the heart of the divine feminine.
Yeah.
So, yep. That beautiful energy, and then the candles standing out too, which is
exactly. They were the two things for me.
That's what I was getting as well, and that's showing us the way. So the candle to me is again, it's a flame, which is purification, a little bit like the salamander, but it's also showing us the way and guiding us with light. So this is the light. We can now look at the wings. The wings are really starting to stand out. So the wings are our light body, which is the Merkaba. It's how we travel interdimensionally into other realms, but our light body is definitely being activated as well through this purification process. So now these cards actually hold energy. So even if you're watching this after the show, you will get the hit from these two beautiful animal magic cards. Yeah, so that's do you want me to have a quick look and just see if anything's standing out? Because we're nearly at the time. Yeah, and Marie was catching the the light in the bee. It's just amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'll just have a quick look at Salamander and see if there's anything that's jumping out at me as a message for us. Okay. Yeah, you could be going through a difficult or trying time. During your energies, expertise are much in demand. You could be feeling physically, emotionally, or psychologically depleted or overwhelmed and need help to revitalize your spirit. So Salamander has come through to restore your energies and lift your spirits so all can be overcome. And it helps you to become more flexible and open to new opportunities. Well, that's sort of been a little bit of the theme of today as well. And Salamander feeds your life force. It helps you to complete and continue whatever task is at hand. So that's perfect. And then the bee, let's have a look and see what's standing out with the bee. Bee. Bee magic helps you to heal fears and insecurities relating to feelings of separation, a lack of self-worth, or a feeling of being unloved or abandoned. It gives you the inner resources to enter a group situation with ease, healing and creating a new feeling of reconnection. Oh my God, and it's talking about what we were talking about with the disconnection from source. You know how you said you had that moment of that absolute knowing? When we left our bodies of light and descended into a world of density and matter, we encoded into our cellular memory wounding related to our disconnection from spirit and the goddess. We all remember this fall from light. Deep within our psyche, we sustain painful feelings related to separation and abandonment. What else? Bee magic reestablishes the ability to unite with others in a group or community to hold your light and to communicate with ease. Bee supports you to maintain your sense of self and self-worth. Bee also indicates you could be experiencing a universal initiation of spiritual purification. Oh my God, this is just perfect.
Perfect.
So you can make your next shift into the light. And what have we all been talking about? Getting that balance so we can move forward. Exactly what Dennis's cards were about with that Chariot. So this is perfect. So we can hold higher aspects of our higher self as past life and multidimensional aspects of self are encoded into your DNA. Oh, through this, you can understand the principles of service, unity, majesty, and unconditional love. Let go, become the light, resonate the light. Perfect way to finish today.
Oh, I feel the light now. I feel very light. It was a beautiful way to finish, actually, Marie.
So really, thank you for suggesting that. Wow. So thank you guys for being on here. And just if you've got someone you think might really enjoy this sort of show, just send it to them, forward it to them. And if you can like for us, that'd be lovely, because I feel that we're expanding, and I think we're a core group, but other people might be able to get the benefits of this now too. So yay. But thank you for all being here, and thank you, Nick. And my God, we haven't even had Jasper. We'll probably have
you got this. You guys have got this.
He was saying that. He was going, oh, you've all had a big week, because I remember now he was saying that there's going to be a big frequency coming in, like that big satellite. He was right. So yeah. All right. Bye all. You're very lovely.
Bye everybody. Thanks for joining in.